Joe, you were talking about how the United States Navy might be compromised.
Dude, okay, so there's this thing called the Fat Leonard scandal. It's pretty crazy. If you type that up, you'll probably see documentaries and all this shit that's going on. I can't believe that this isn't like big news right now, because the US Navy has been basically infiltrated and compromised, and it could be the whole entire Navy. If they prosecuted all the people involved, it could be all of fucking admirals right now.
Like leadership.
The whole leadership could be wiped out. But there's this dude called Fat Leonard, right? And then
sounds like a trusted source.
Yeah, he's a really fat Malaysian dude. Nah, yeah. Or like Chinese, I don't know.
Just my type.
Is that your people's?
Yeah, dude, I'm rocking with it.
But he basically, it's kind of like, you know how the conspiracy behind Epstein is that he had the island and he was, you know, getting all these world leaders to fuck young girls.
It's a real conspiracy.
Right?
Yeah.
And then the conspiracy is they were rigging all of this stuff with cameras, and then they were blackmailing them. Well, this is not a conspiracy, it's an admission. So Fat Leonard was doing that to the US Navy. And then the way he got his start is his family ran a business at one of the ports out in Malaysia or Indonesia. And when the cargo ships and like, you know, these fishermen came or whatever, they need food to resupply their ship and whatever, and that's what their family business was. Well, he had an idea of like, you know what? These big aircraft carriers, military ships, they have like 400 people. If we get a contract with them, we're gonna be like freaking millionaires, right? So then he started getting, you know, more relationships with the military guys, and they would, you know, sell apples and lunch boxes and whatever, right? And then he started getting requests like, can you get like drugs? Can you get women? Can you get whatever? And he's like, yeah, I could get them. And then so he started offering whatever he could to the Navy dudes. Wow. And then he went up the ranks and he goes, man, you know, if one ship can make me this much money, how about all of the US Navy? And then so he basically started providing all this stuff, and then, you know, the Navy guys were just like, oh fuck yeah, this is cool. I like fucking Fat Leonard. I'm gonna send my ships here. And if they didn't, what he would do is he created like a house where he would have hella orgies and all that, and he would have it all recorded. Yeah, and then so it would start with the gifts and all these things.
So he made a brothel in his port.
Basically had a mansion, invited all these naval like leaders to come in and be like, yeah, you want to party? Here's some drugs, here's some women, whatever, whatever. And he would record the whole thing. And if it got to the point where they didn't comply with sending all of the US ships to his port, then he would blackmail them basically. So he could have compromised all of them for other reasons, right? Because like, what was ending up happening is that he wanted his port to being the gas station, the pit stop for all the US Navy. So he was motivated by greed. If he was compromised by like Russians or whatever, we could have had our US Navy at the fingertips of a different country.
He was actually using what you're talking about. I'm reading up about it right now. He was using it to get locations of our entire fleet.
Yeah.
And he was actually directing them to different ports so that he could bilk the Navy of all kinds of different resources.
That's fucking crazy.
They were moving battleships because of this motherfucker.
Just because of this one guy. Yeah.
Why is he coming out now, or how did this news
This came out in 2019 finally, but there was whistleblowers as early as 2006 who all got like just fucking roasted by all the officers Joe's talking about in the Navy. As early as 2006, so you had multiple whistleblowers coming out saying, hey, what else could I have done? Because everyone's talking about it in 2019. What the fuck? Why didn't anyone talk about it?
There were whistleblowers who got penalized, silenced, maybe even murdered.
Run out of the Navy.
Yeah, so he just kept going up the ranks. Because once he figured out how the Navy operated, he's like, who's the man in charge that's in charge of the logistics? Because his goal was to get all of the ships going to his port. So then he wanted them to direct the ships to where they're going. You know, so it was like a business, like, and then he was basically like handing them gifts, maybe even giving them a cut of all the money that he was making. And this is all US taxpayer money, because you gotta remember, like, the military is funded by us. So what ends up happening is he can charge what he wants too. So like, he could charge like 50 bucks an apple or whatever, outrageous prices. He could price gouge. We're forking out the bill, we don't know, right? And then so the way that he got compromised is one of the dudes that were in charge of moving these ships, right? High-ranking dude. I think he was based out in like Yokohama or Japan or whatever. But his wife knew he was cheating. And he was too fucking bold about it. Ooh. And then he was open about it in the emails, all this stuff. And then they got into a huge fucking fight. Huge fucking fight. And then she was like, you know what? Fuck this shit. She went to the embassy, ratted his ass out. No. And then the investigation started happening internally. They checked out his email, all his stuff. And then they basically started tailing him, which led them to Fat Leonard. And then when Leonard got fucking caught up, they were like, all right, so what do you want to do? And he goes, I'll squeal. I'll fucking tell you everything. He told on every motherfucker that he was, you know, involved with, right? And what he saw was there were a lot of fall guys that got in trouble.
31 people criminally charged so far.
Maybe mid-level management to below. Not the top dudes, none of the guys who were in trouble, whatever, right?
440 people, including 60 admirals, are under scrutiny in the investigation, but 31 charged. So 440 people.
Shit.
60 admirals?
60 admirals.
Yeah. And then so, for him too, he's the key witness. He has kidney cancer. And he's all like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm going out to the public. So he went straight to
Fat Leonard did?
Yeah. So this is how we know. It's like he's on a podcast. There's a journalist that's like covering it all, and then he's all like, at the same time, he's like, hey, if I'm gonna get fucking hit for this, I'm also gonna die. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I'm surprised he's still alive.
What's amazing is he actually had a ton of credibility because of the blackmail situation. He was giving himself civilian commendations by having the people that he's greasing the wheels with give those to him. So then he actually ups his credibility that way. It's crazy. This is crazy.
He's pretty fucking smart. Like evil genius shit, dude.
Yeah, so when he's on that podcast, he already has all these commendations. So he's not just some crazy conspiracy theorist who like worked with the Navy. Yeah. He's like a guy who the Navy bestowed all these honors to.
Mm-hmm. And there's hella pictures of him with top-ranking like it's like, so they can't just excuse him and say like, nah, this guy's not a crazy dude.
Crazy.
You know? Yeah.
His name's Fat Leonard.
It's crazy that he didn't fall off a cliff or he didn't have get into a car accident or something. You know what?
He had a lot of leverage.
Because also part of the Navy are the SEALs, right? And if you have like a top-ranking admiral that has control over a unit like that, you can make a lot of magical, coincidental shit happen to people like this.
Yeah, maybe while he was being internally investigated, and like I think he's actually incarcerated too by the military. So like, who knows? Maybe it's too risky for internal investigation to catch on to it.
Bart, do you know of any people who were like serving like in the Middle East and they were like stealing gold or cash or anything like that?
Like that George Clooney movie?
I think
Three Kings.
at the end of the day, all military is still made up of just people, and people will do people things. So
I know guys that brought rocket launchers and tires back into the States.
How do they do that?
Because that's how they smuggled it.
they just bring it back.
U.S. military guys, yeah, they just...
Because before, like now when they go over the Middle East, it's like commercial airlines, they go through TSA, all that stuff, right? But before there's infrastructure set in place, there is none of that. So people will just take back souvenirs that they want, dismantle whatever they have. I take a piece, you take a piece, he takes a piece, we'll reassemble it back over here. We have a friend that has Saddam Hussein's personal Glock, because when they raided like the palace, they were just going through everything, and before they have like really detailed,
They go, whoop, that's mine.
they don't have detailed rules of engagement, you know, and it's just like, oh, I found this, we attacked the target, what are the rules on this? Then everyone's like, okay.
They're like finders keepers is the rules is what I'm saying.
That's the first
Losers and losers weepers.
It says that right under Semper Fi, really small. Semper Fi, Finders Keepers. You ever see that before?
So it's just that, I mean, that happens, you know, and like even I had buddies that were stationed in Okinawa, and they'll be able to bring chicks back onto the aircraft carrier, and they're fucking in like bunks like this, and they're fucking in little bunks, you know?
Like a Japanese pod. Like like those little...
A nap pod.
And when I was in Korea, like because of U.S.-Russia relations, like when you go to the clubs, you can, and there's a lot of Russian chicks in Korea. You cannot bring any Russians back.
Russian women are so hot. They're so fun.
I know, that's the problem.
Are they a honeypot operation? They're spies. Oh, sexy spies.
Hell, lady spies. Hell,
Black
the
Widow.
military is still bringing a bunch of Russian chicks back on base, you know?
Yeah, that's like 007.
Dudes are just dudes, or I mean, like people are just people too. So it's just
Dudes are just dudes is probably easier to say.
Dudes are just dudes.
dudes are more dumb.
Do you think they ever use the excuse that they fucked a Russian chick because they were trying to get information out of her?
That'd be hilarious.
You have to try, right?
You're like, no, Sarge, you don't understand. I was trying to get information.
The things she was saying to me.
Yeah.
She's in love with me. She really likes me.
I got intel, Sarge. Do you know that caviar there is actually from China?
No fucking way.
Keep fucking her, man. Holy shit.
Sarge, I got some intel. We should not drink this water. 100% do not drink the water. Well, inside information I got.
I mean, it happens everywhere, right? Like the DMV lady stealing highlighters, taking it home. It just happens everywhere.
You gotta have connects everywhere.
Happens everywhere.
Highlighters.
My mom used to take fucking like the toner and shit, like extra toner they didn't need from her office.
Bro, we all know somebody that works in the government like building that we can get some hooked up with.
Because everyone had like a DMV plug back in the day, where that's how you got people's addresses and shit from license plates.
All right. But Bart, you
Chef's
kind
kiss.
Bart, all my love, but you kind of non-answered me because I said, "Do you know of anybody?"
I know the guy that has
He raised his hand.
I know the Saddam one, but what about like people taking like fucking gold and all kinds of
Oh,
stuff?
that shit? Nah, that stuff I'm not too sure.
That's a higher pay grade, huh?
Yeah.
Bart's like, oh, I can't talk about that because I made a pact when we stole the gold not to tell anybody.
And then we started up JK Films.
But there's a very, what's the word? Term of endearment called, like, oh, where'd you get that? It fell off the truck.
Oh, that's
Right.
like this.
There's a lot of things that fall off the truck.
That's the expression.
Oh, it fell off the truck. Oh, okay.
That means I stole it.
You ever find some cool shit?
There's lots of things that fall off the truck.
Good answer. Good answer.
That's
What do
great.
you think about the term military grade when you're like watching, you know, you watch these commercials, they always get Dennis Leary to talk about Ford trucks, and he's like, military grade. And I'm like, dude, everybody I've ever met who talks about military grade talks about how much the equipment sucks ass.
The new stuff's pretty good. It depends, yeah. Like the new stuff's pretty good. If it says military grade, it better be indestructible.
That's what it should mean?
That's what it's supposed to be?
Like the stuff, like the old Alice packs from Vietnam, they still work till this day.
What's an Alice pack?
It's like a metal frame pack, like a rucksack that you stuff all your things in. And those things is still one of the most preferred ways to carry shit. If
They get a vintage one and just use that? Or is it like they keep making the same stuff?
and no, in boot camp, it's literally like 50 years old, the one that you have.
Oh, wow.
See, that's what I mean. All the stuff in the military is like old as shit and antiquated.
Yeah.
That's military grade.
Oh yeah, Toyotas of war.
Toyotas of war. Damn.
That's military
The
grade.
perfect choice of ride for ISIS.
The Hilux tank.
Oh, right.
The Hilux
They
tank.
don't release that series in the US. It's called the 70 series, right? And they have them all over the world except for the US. And I
military
don't know
grade.
why.
Do you follow that guy? He's like a mercenary. You know, there's like mercenary like Blackwater, right? There's also mercenary mechanics.
What?
So I think he's like probably former special ops or whatever, but he like works on vehicles. So he'll hook up like a fucking Forerunner, and at the hit of a switch, the top pops out. There's a fucking turret gun, but he sells to both sides. Wow. It's just
He's a real Lord of War.
It's just whoever he gets commissioned by. So if the special forces need some, he's like, oh, I'll make you like 3 Land Cruisers, and the other good guys, I'll make you 3 of them. Yeah, he'll make shit.
So he's like selling to ISIS and
He's just making them. So whoever's buying them is down to
Dude,
buy
that
them.
paint job is sick.
A lot of stuff that could fall off the truck.
Where'd you get that? Fell off the truck. It's a human.
What's
It's
the
ISIS guy you're carrying on.
what's the
bringing
towing
home?
capacity on that truck?
Toyotas are indestructible, man.
Honestly, this is a really good Toyota ad.
This is a good game of guessing how many people are on that without like just looking at it once.
I mean, dude, that that tire is grinding up against that real well, though.
Toyota supplying insurgency since 1970.
If insurgents pick it, you know it's some good shit.
Because it's lasting long. Yeah, that's true. But you don't see no Tacomas out there, I'll tell you that, man. Fuck. That's an American car.
You know what I've always wanted to see because I heard about it was Osama bin Laden had a porn collection apparently on his laptop.
Yeah.
And we never saw any.
What do you think it's in it? That's a fun game.
Maybe lesbians.
Debbie Does Dallas.
Some old shit?
Asia Carrera.
Asia Carrera.
Maybe Mia Khalifa.
Probably stuff like that.
Oh,
Maybe,
that could make sense.
But it's filed under like evidence, like he's intending on killing her.
Yeah. Or he's like bomb
that's just-
making.
yeah.
I swear to God, it's bomb making in there, dude.
It's something you'd normally hide.
He's telling like one of his 9 wives, like, baby, it's I'm trying to make C4. I don't know.
No, that's my secret suicide mission.
That's how you hide porn.
You have folder bomb making, suicide mission, honor killing.
Yeah.
I don't want to have sex. I'm going to kill them.
Yeah. He's like 9/11 plans, and she's like, "Why do you still have 9/11 plans on your computer?" He's like, "Oh no, I need to delete it. Yeah, I need to go through this thing." Like, that's just old shit.
I thought that was mission accomplished already.
Yeah, it's old shit. Sorry about that.
You got this 9/11 shit on your computer, man.
Why would you still have it? You bought this laptop 3 years ago.
It's already over. It's already
What
over.
do you tell him 9/11 stuff? You bought this laptop 3 years.
He's like, "Oh fuck, oh shit."
I don't know. Apple does this time machine thing. It just holds every day.
I recovered it from my old hard drive. I don't know.
Old drive.
It's on there.
It's funny to think
get
that
in there?
his wife checks his phone like a regular wife.
Yeah, one of his 9
Who are you
wives.
texting at night?
He's like, "This better be one of your fucking other wives. This better be one of your wives."
Doing satellite downloads from the fucking cave. It's like, why is the bandwidth so slow right now?
Streaming.
Osama, get off Pornhub.
Dude, he goes to Google Fiber's website and it's like still not available in your area. He's like, "God damn it. When the fuck are we gonna get this thing?
That's why he's so fucking mad all the time.
We got new builds. It's not like we don't got new
We don't
builds."
need an arms deal. We need a fiber deal.
We need some fiber optics in this place.
I feel like he's a Bang Bus fan.
You think he would have been?
Yeah, I think he's a pretty Bang Bus.
Who's not though?
Exactly.
Depends on the year.
Something about that bus, yo. Something about that bus.
Something about like just seeing people in the real world, you know?
Yeah.
Most-
Picking up a girl
Yeah.
at a bus stop.
Because it's the conversation before. It's like, I can't believe she got it. I can't believe this works every time.
And they just leave her on the street.
Well, girls who are just chilling on at bus stops want to fuck. That's something people don't know, especially young men.
Yeah, no one's taking the bus,
No.
right?
How many people you see on the bus that are that hot?
They're just waiting for the bang bus, not the regular bus.
They're just trying to get picked up.
Got it.
And they always have a boyfriend. They always have a boyfriend.
So if you're like 13 years old, 14 years old boy, I hope you understand that that's how it works. That's how the real.
Oh my god.
That's a great introduction to sex.
Oh my god.
Yeah. That's the real world.
Yeah, hide your porn in a 9/11 folder.
Yeah.
For all the American.
9/11 plans folder.
9/11 plans. Yeah.
Your girl's never gonna go in that folder. Why would she?
Why would she? Unless she's a fucking terrorist. Oh, so you're looking for terrorist plans?
That's how you can reverse it on
That's
them.
how you can gaslight them. Yeah.
Oh.
Wow. I guess I know who a real terrorist is now, don't I?
Yeah.
And then you pull your pants up. You're like, think of me, the guy. Gonna be leaving now. I don't need to be with no terrorists. Say that. You're like, can I get my lotion with my?